Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to alt-tabbing out of the game to make sure that I'm actually recording. And we're good to go. I made a mistake. I was about to start recording, and I was talking, and I was seeing, like, the OBS thing go up for the speakers, but it wasn't going up for the microphone, and I'm like, oh, what's that? Why is that happening? And so I looked over, and it's because the microphone wasn't plugged in. Who would have guessed? But anyways, hopefully I will now have a buffer of videos to where now I can just, I'll have like a day shield, or maybe like a 2-day shield. I'm not entirely sure how it will work out, because I haven't really been paying attention to it, to be honest. I get 4 videos uploaded, and it's like, all right, we're sitting pretty. We're sitting pretty for a hot minute, so I can just take my time and we can just kind of vibe today, you know? Sounds good to me. Hopefully it sounds good to you. But anyways, I stole a friend's good internet for a day, and so that's how we got there. But now, you know, we're just vibing. I think we're gonna get some revenge on it was Yagathag, right? Or was it Goizo? I can't remember. But let's do Goizo. Goizo sounds fun. I wanna smash a mirror. You know, like, have you ever wanted to do, like, that movie glass that they make, right? Because, you know, for movies, like, that have a lot of glass shattering and breaking, they obviously don't use real glass. They do this weird thing. I think it's made out of sugar, where they basically make this sugar glass that breaks really easily and it shatters really satisfyingly. But, anyways, have you ever wanted to do that? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a recipe online on how to cook it, and then you can just make it, and then you can just break it, which sounds really fun. But, we've got... Actually, no. This is actually kind of odd. There's only 2 stat checks. But we... Actually, sorry, there are 3 stat checks, never mind. But I was gonna say there's no, second mystery or second enemy, so... We can kind of just vibe. It was knowledge... charisma and dexterity, because I didn't see the Super Smash Bros. Brawl platform there. Final Destination looking as. But, you know, I've had a rather... I just noticed Koiji's hair changes if you're wearing the Count Iji. The Dracula outfit. That's pretty cool. Well, we'll just go with this stock reporter. Why not? Koiji only, Final Destination, stock lives, no items. But, I would probably lose that because I'm not very good at fighting games. Apparently that Nickelodeon thing is looking pretty cool, where it's like all the Nickelodeon characters. And it looks pretty clean. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know much about Nickelodeon shows. Was Avatar a Nickelodeon show? I believe it was, because Korra's in the game, right? Like, Korra and Aang are in the game. But, to be honest with you, that's... If you asked me anything about Nickelodeon, unless it were one of those, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you much. Because I was more of a Cartoon Network kind of person. You know, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls. Was Powerpuff Girls... Was that Cartoon Network? I'm like 90% sure it is. Billy and Mandy, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Around the time I stopped watching was sort of like... around, like, the Chowder, Flapjack... Early Adventure Time? Early Regular Show? Regular Show apparently got weird. But, I never kept up with it. But, maybe I should have, because apparently Regular Show got pretty good. But I watched... I mean, it was pretty good. Like, I liked the episodes that I watched, but I didn't watch... I watched Chowder to its completion, and I think... I don't really remember much about Flapjack, but it was really interesting. I know that I watched a lot of Flapjack. I know that I watched Chowder. I'm pretty sure to its end. But after that, I kind of stopped watching cartoons. So I remember, like, maybe, like, the first 3 seasons, maybe the first 2 seasons of Adventure Time, maybe, like, You know, I probably about there. And then I probably remember, like, the first 2 seasons of regular show very vaguely. That sort of thing. But I couldn't tell you past that. Apparently, Adventure Time got really crazy as well. But I couldn't... I could neither confirm nor deny that. So we can either take the monkey wrench by selling the library notes, or we can take the heavy-duty flashlight and then get a compass, which I think is what we probably want to do. We've been using... I've been happy with sort of like the variety that we've been injecting with the heavy-duty flashlight. I think that's very fun. Branded is a little bit awful here, but hopefully the compass more than makes up for it. But we've got a full build now, and I mean, I think I'm coming around on branded a little bit, because it's more like, what do you have in total, right? Like, if you get a bunch of mysteries that are on a doomed location, or you don't get any doom reduction, and you have a bad early game, so you can't really use the monument very well. I mean, I think it kind of comes more down to that, you know, because being branded, or even roads closed to an extent, you know, like, roads closed is literally just every forest village and mansion become doomed, right? Like, that's what roads closed is, right? And so the fact of the matter is that on Harbinger of Doom, like, you start with locations that are doomed. It's like, yeah, that's a bummer, man. Now, you know what else is a bummer? This right here. And I'm gonna be real with you, we're getting out of here. There's no way, dude. No, man. 65% chance, 3 attacks. No. Like, that's just awful. Like, we even had Kana there. If we didn't have Kana there, that would have been -3, but it was just -2. We can try to fight this, but I'm still actually not entirely hopeful about it. Like, we'd need to hit this. She goes down to 13, then we Desperation for 12? No, that doesn't exactly work. So what we'd like to do is the ye old 90% chance, and we'll do that twice. We'll do the ye old 90% chance, and we'll do that twice. And then we'll, even if she heals, it doesn't matter, because then we can just do this. So the library notes are giving us a problem. A really big problem. Potentially catastrophically big problem. If we are gonna get tireless. So that's -1, so then we have to get 2. So if we get, if we didn't level up, which we didn't, contaminated water would have killed us. But we did not get contaminated water, so we're still alive. So that's nice. And what we can even do is we can forget the threat of fate. Actually, hold on, do we have Akamanto? Check, please. We do not have Akamanto. We can get Threat of Fate out of here. But we would like to use... So we need to heal our reason, right? And how do we do that? Well, we do botany, and then we go by the experimental treatment. I think that's probably a safe thing to say. Because there's pretty much nothing else that we could do there. How'd we get so much money? I don't know. It must have just been RNG. Always has been. And here's the thing. I think we're going to get even sketchier here. Once we get to, Once we get to the forest for botany, what I would like to do... You love to see that. You love just free 10 XP for, like, nothing. You do indeed love that. We should have leveled up, by the way. Escape the bathroom 100%. We're going to rest twice right before we go into the forest, which is going to be 30%, 10% doom, but what can you do? So do we want to go for the charisma? Because right now we're suffering -3, -3. I think that's probably for the best, because, like, Okay, we go for 8 charisma. Then we can recruit 3 people at the school, 2 people at the schoolyard. So unless we get super lucky, it's like, no, this isn't gonna have an impact at all. Reporter's bag is literally worthless. Art knowledge does help at the school. But, I mean, we do have school scissors. It gets us 1 fund. I mean, I guess by that logic, we have to go with that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll take reason, because I don't want to die. So that we can be even healthier when we go into the forest. That's a little bit unfortunate. We don't have anything that we could sell, by the way. Burning notes, or burned notes, you can't sell those. We'll go ahead and do Jar of Blood, because again, we're gonna rest twice anyways, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But, yeah, we'll get EXP where we can. Okay. I'm not happy with this. Because Goizo be like, time flies by so fast. But, you know, it is what it is. We don't have roads closed yet, so I'm glad we're doing this now. Empty bottle. Assuming we don't get contaminated water, that's pretty nice, but... yeah, let's do it, dude. +1 spell. Let's go, Ashen Contract. Okay, bring it on, brother. Take a picture to analyze later, because, you know, I'll take 10%. I'll take 10 EXP. Goizo gets closer. Panic, not good. I would like to say as well that if we did not have hunger, you probably take leadership there. But after what we had, which was, you know, we have hunger, so it's 3 points of charisma instead of 2 points of charisma. Like, 2 points of charisma is easy. But, I would not say that, do you just want to try to send it here? Like, just attack as many times as possible? 2 65% chances suck. Like, I want that to be honest with you, but that's rather nice. There's no point in blocking, right? Like, I want to point that out. There's literally no point. So, what we should do is guarantee that he dies next turn. We take 4 overall damage, but mostly just 2 to all, which is not that bad. 33% chance to get through, to the final round. I think we're gonna sit relatively pretty. I mean, we're guaranteed to level up after this. We go up to 58% Doom. Second mystery, that's kind of stinky. I think if we heal, like if we get a good heal here with contaminated water and the empty bottle, I think we're sitting a little bit better. My mistake. Hunted by the cult, -1% Doom. But I'm correct in the fact that Shiro-san gives you +3% Doom. So we got all of Koiji's perks here, except the good one. we have managed to roll every single Koiji perk except the useful one. We will take Improvise, because it might come in handy at some point in the future. Yes. And/or Yi. I mean, I want to buff up our stats. Like, I want to get better knowledge, so we're going to take that. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of the dog, bring out the occult store in case we need an emergency -10% Doom, and we're willing to risk it. Although, I'll be real with you, I do believe that if you're rolling for an item at the store, if it's not at the very beginning of the game, you're probably going to, like, lose. Like, that's pure desperation strats through and through. So we need to do one of these now. I actually didn't think about this. We have 2 out-of-town mysteries that aren't Fear Festival, so we can't really... We have to be careful about B2Bs. Which one is easier? Vigil is probably the easiest one. Although we don't have quick thinking, so keep that in mind. Maybe we should have done school scissors, because we have the blue option for that. But, you know, is the easiest, gets cadavered immediately. There's still a chance that we live, and there's also a chance that we get that, which is nice, but, anyways. There's a chance that we get +1% reason, or +1 reason, which there is. We are getting +1 reason, which is nice. But, you know, I was, earlier today, this is a complete pivot, because I feel like Vigil is just more of a autopilot sort of thing, because either you do or you don't die. I was watching old Jack in the Box commercials. And I just want to say, they are absolutely incredible. Right? Like, I wanted to say that. It's true. There was one of them. There was one of them that was really good, dude. It was, if you look up Jack in the Box, Junk in the Box commercial, you'll find it. It's really funny. But it's basically some guy is bad-mouthing Jack in the Box. So Jack goes to his house at, like, the middle of the night, and then knocks on his door. He opens. Jack breaks into his house, commits aggravated assault, and then force feeds him one of his burgers. That is an accurate representation of... That is an accurate representation. That's not... That is literally what happens. Jack forces his way into somebody's house, commits aggravated assault, and then force feeds him a burger. It's hilarious. But, There's another one that's really good. It was, sort of like... I didn't even know that they were this spicy, dude. Like, they're actually they're really good, but... there was one of them where he was in his office, and then Santa just kicks down the door and just starts screaming at him about how his burgers made the elves fat. And so Jack kicks Santa out of the office and then shouts down the hall, "Those burgers were never intended for elves!" It's so good, dude. Like, there's a compilation on YouTube where it's like Jack in the Box commercials when he was funky and fresh, and it's like, yeah, they certainly don't make them like they used to. Especially considering that one of the... What do we do here, dude? Like, I hate this. We like, I hate this. I hate this, brother. Give me the 40%. Let's go. Let's go. I was like, give me the 40% so that I don't have to be sad about taking damage. Because normally you just brace, but when you have Kana, you don't have to do that. But my... oh... My opponent is a milkshake-hating extremist. But not me. I own a golden retriever. Whoever wrote that line, oh, I hope they're like relaxing somewhere. That's such a good line. It's like a President's Day or whatever commercial for Jack in the Box. He's like, my opponent is a milkshake-hating extremist, but not me. I've got a golden retriever. And they draw devil horns on the opponent too. Oh man. There was an art to old commercials, I tell ya. Like, they not only did they tell a story, but they were, like, actually entertaining. And it's kind of having, like, its own resurgence sort of thing, isn't it? Because, like, you know, when you're watching a YouTube video and then somebody's like, hey, sponsored by, Shadow Raid, Energy, better something or other. You know, they're not paying me, so they don't get direct shout-outs, but you know. You know, when they get shouted out like that in a YouTube video, you just press L on your keyboard a few times to skip, like, 15 seconds ahead, right? Or if you're on mobile, you'd skip, like, you'd, like, double-tap the right side of your screen to just, like, fast-forward through the ads. But there are some YouTubers out there who, like, they incorporate the ads into their skits, right? Like, they do, like, a skit of the ad. Probably the most notable example that I can think of would be, like, an internet historian thing, where he has, like, this grandiose storyline. This is risky, by the way. But it's like he's got this grandiose storyline about, like, Shadow Man and, like, VPN Man and whatever, right? And there's a storyline that goes on based on who's sponsoring the video, and, like, you know, they're clever. They're not, like, they're clever and they're entertaining, and they feel, like, they're not a part of the video, per se. Oh my god, we're actually gonna die. because this is a school event. Please, park guest. My speed run to death. But yeah, you know, it's like, if we can get into a fight where we're so good, like, we're so happy if we can get into a fight, we're, like, please, I beg you, just get me into anything that's not reason damage, I beg you. I'll take a reason enemy, truth be told, but it's like, you know, it's what I'm saying, is we're having a resurgence of it. Of where it's, you watch the entertaining ads, and you skip the ones that aren't, and advertisers are kind of learning this, right? Like, when a YouTuber can just go absolutely nuts, right? Like, when they can just go crazy with whatever it is they're doing, people will watch the ad a lot more than if it was just, like, some corporate readout thing. And so at the start with YouTube advertising, I think there was, like, when it first started happening, you know, in the old times, in the olden times, I think people were, like, okay with it because it was people who, they were just, you know, doing it all by themselves. They were, like, independent creators, and they were just doing these, like, funny skits with their friends and stuff. And so when they got, like, a sponsorship deal or something like that, it was really cool because it was somebody who, they were doing something that you could do. Right? Like, they just had a camera, and they were filming them and their friends. So, it was really entertaining. And when they first started getting those sponsorships, you're like, oh, that's so cool! My boy's getting a sponsorship. But then, as it became more and more normal, and for the, you know, people around my age, and then the people younger than me, and the people who are slightly older than me, too, you know, YouTube started becoming, like, our television. Right? Like, the last time that I watched a television show before visiting my family members and then watching TV with them was, like, probably, like, 6 years ago, you know? Like, probably, like, 6 or 8 years ago when I actually, like, sat down to watch a television show. And notwithstanding, like, streaming services and stuff like that. But I mean, like, actually turn the TV on, skip through the ads, those sorts of things. You know, you didn't... Like, I didn't even know, I didn't even know how to use the remote control for the TV. Like, they had to show me how to use it because it's been such a long time. So, I just think that, you know, YouTube has become the television for a lot of people, including me. And, man, it really wants us to take leadership, and it really wants us to take Reporter's Bag. Reporter's Bag has literally been in every single one of these things, so, I don't know, we'll take leadership, I guess, and reason, because I don't have any reason not to take reason, because we need reason, which is a sentence that absolutely made sense, don't question it. And we're gonna take please remember, we're gonna take -3 reason on the lighthouse. So I'm not very happy with this, and we've got contaminated water, so we can't take a bath, and that means that no empty bottle. So the empty bottle is just a free yeet, right? Like, it's just free damage at this point. We're not gonna do the side quest because I don't care about the side quest. We just need to get through this as quickly as possible. So you know how I said it was free damage, right? Please? Oh no. We need like one more, I think. We need one more knowledge to be able to attack 3 times, which is not gonna happen. So let's see. We don't have anything else we could throw the camera, actually. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't think it matters, to be honest. Like, it does, but it also doesn't. At this stage of the game, I think it's just better to get the damage out there and not deal... It's better to throw the camera and then have slightly slower attacks than it is to, yeah, sure, why not? I'll take it. But we do need... Do we need to rest? Like, no, I think it's more efficient to rest at the lighthouse itself, as long as we give ourselves some wiggle room, I guess you could say. Maybe we rest once, but then we lose tireless, so it's a little bit strange. I think we absolutely throw the hunting rifle here. And then we will block and then we will attack once, and then we will kill her on the... Well, we won't kill her because Miku canonically survives this. However, we'll just, we'll fend her off for now. We'll throw the prescription in the trash. And by that I mean we'll steal it forever so that she cannot get the medicine that she needs, which is very rude, but the game doesn't give me the option to discard it, so it's not my fault. This is we have 9 perception. I would like to, okay, so 4-3. Technically speaking, we can't die, but then we will die because -6 reason. So, do we go up to 85% for 2? Or, my mistake, do we go up to 85% for 1? Or do we... Maybe we should have gotten reason in that fight against Miku. We had some time units left over. That probably would have been a good idea. But we have 2 spells we can forget, so that's fine. With the combination of resting at the lighthouse and that's very helpful because we were at the low threat level, so we won't die here. Tireless will take us back up to 2. Then we level up. Oh, it's all coming together, brother. It's all coming together. Now, if we had... Oh, wait, we already got quick thinking, didn't we? Never mind. Don't pay attention to me. None of these things matter, so congratulations, Reporter's Bag. You've won. So we're taking 3-3. Is that correct? I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So let me just see. It is 3-3, right? Takashi, which is a bummer at the very start, because then, you know, we can't desperation, but Takashi, plus 10 experience, whatever the light source is, because we got a flashlight. Dexterity, -3, -3 stamina, -3 reason. Yeah, it's okay, we win. Assuming that we don't get so horrendously, disgustingly annihilated by Takashi, which I don't even think is possible. Because we have, you know, 120% hit chance. It should be relatively fine. Now, admittedly, we can't attack him twice, but there is no, might as well brace once. Because, there's nothing better to do, because it's going to take 3 turns to kill him anyways, so who cares? But it is what it is, 84% Doom, who cares? Grab the metal rods, plus 10 EXP. And I would like to point out that we could have, if we needed to, we wouldn't even have to rest there, because we could have sacrificed 4 stamina to make our reason up to 6, which then we could have healed with a lump of flesh. So, we were in a good spot. The game was rigged from the start, Goizo, but where you're vibing, it must seem like a something of bad luck, because I don't remember the exact quote right now, and I'm not gonna bother to actually remember it because I played Fallout New Vegas like several months ago. It was a lot of fun, but I did do it several months ago. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name is Webweaver. This has been a dub. It's true. It's been a Goizo dub. A Koiji dub as well, where we threw the flashlight. Or not the flashlight, sorry. We threw the camera, but yet he's still wearing it around his neck. It's right there! Oh, good lord, this is Timeline B Torch all over again. Dear God. Anyways, thank you so much for watching yet again. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Horror. Have a good one, peace out, and stay safe.